Hey everyone, this is Grace from Kapwing, and from the comments on our last video showing how to access the TikTok text-to-speech feature, it seems like many of you want to learn how to access the voice opposite of the one you have. So in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly how to do that. Before I jump into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join our community of modern creators, and also join our Discord so you can actually talk to these other people in our community, learn from other creators, as well as teach them some things you know. So join us there and let's get started. Now, if you've been on TikTok at all, you've probably heard the text-to-speech voice, also called the Siri voice. It's used in a ton of different videos, and there are actually two different voices. There's a female sounding one like this.
Comment hi Grace if you get to this part in the tutorial.
And then there's a male sounding one like this.
This is me as a potato.
The theory is that wherever you are based in the world determines which of these voices you get. That being said, I haven't found one single consistent way to actually change that voice inside TikTok's app itself. So the way I've been accessing the opposite TikTok voice than the one I have is actually using other text-to-speech generators that I find online that are free. You can easily type in your text and then have it download and get the MP3 sound file of the person reading that text. Then you add that file to your video and then post that on TikTok. The text-to-speech generators are online. In addition to Kapwing, our video editor is online as well. It works completely in the browser and you can access it from your phone or computer or tablet. So I'm gonna use this method in this video here. If you've heard of other methods used to change the voice, leave us a comment below. I'd love to hear how you all are doing it. I'm gonna go into these steps in a lot more detail, and the first one is essentially to find your voice reader that you want to use to actually generate this text to speech. Now, I feel like the trick with this is finding a voice that is very similar to the TikTok ones, whether it's the female or the male one. And I actually did a little experiment to help you guys find the best voices out there that are free and easy to access for adding to your videos. I looked at probably 10 or 15 different text-to-speech readers to find the most accurate ones. And the number one choice that I found, the best one out there that is most similar to the TikTok voices, both the female and the male one, is a website called voicegenerator.io. This website is completely free, but it's only available on your computer. For some reason, the mobile version of the site doesn't have these specific voices that sound like the TikTok ones. And if you want the TikTok female sounding voice, use the Google US female option. Here's a comparison of the TikTok female voice.
Comment hi Grace if you get to this part in the tutorial.
Comment hi Grace if you get to this part in the tutorial.
If you want the TikTok male voice, try the Google UK male voice. And here's a comparison of the TikTok male voice and the Google UK male voice on this site.
So TikTok added TTS. This is RLLY cool.
So TikTok added TTS. This is RLLY cool.
Now the second place option is TTS MP3. It's a website that's also free online, and this one actually does work on your phone in addition to your computer. So if you only want to do this on mobile, check out this option. The one that sounds most like the TikTok female voice is the Sally voice. Here's a comparison.
Comment hi Grace if you get to this part in the tutorial.
Comment hi Grace if you get to this part in the tutorial.
And then the one that sounds most like the TikTok male voice is Brian. And here's a comparison for that.
So TikTok added TTS. This is RLLY cool.
So TikTok added TTS. This is Lee cool.
So basically choose one of these websites to use for your text-to-speech and go to that website. I have the links for them in the description below. I have a feeling a lot of you will try to do this on your phone, so I'll show you how to do it on your phone as well. Since the first option doesn't work on phones, I'm gonna use the second option, TTS MP3. I'm on the site now, and basically when you get there, just type in whatever text you want and then choose your voice. So right now it says US English Joey. You'll have to scroll a bit to find the right voice, and you can look back to see which voices I recommended. So for this TTS MP3, if I want to get the UK male voice, his name was Brian. So there we go, British English / Brian. Then you can get the voice to read it.
This is your sign to get the other TikTok voice.
On TTS MP3, they also have different tips at the very bottom for changing how the voice sounds with pitch and speed as well, even whisper or conversations. So you can look at that if you want, but then you can just download the MP3 file, click that download as MP3 and click download again. So now that MP3 file is in your, if you're on an iPhone, it's in your Files app. Now the second step, once you have the MP3 files, is to actually add them to your video. To do this, you can use any video editor you want, but a really good option is Kapwing, which is our online video editor. It works completely in your browser on any device, so whether you have an Android or an iOS device, you can use that because it's just a website. So it'll be the first link in the description below. You can just click Kapwing there, and once you get there, start a new project. The steps will be pretty similar on your computer and phone, but basically you'll want to first upload your video. So click to upload. I'm gonna go into my photo library and choose a video. And you're essentially just adding your MP3 text-to-speech voice out on top of that. At the bottom, there's a timeline. You can scroll through it to see the different video files, and you can even make your video from scratch in here by combining different files if you want. Once your video files are in there, then you want to upload your MP3 file. So click upload again, and it will be browse on an iPhone where your files are. So click that most recent MP3 file, and it pulls it in. Now to move it around, if you want to change where it is in the video, just hold down the layer and drag it to where you want it to start. You can also trim the different clips by holding the end of the file and then dragging inward or outwards. If you want to split the clip in the middle, you can just move the seeker to that clip and select it, and then click the split button. And it will split that file into two parts, and you can drag it to where you want. And you can do the same exact things with the actual video layers. And then to preview the video, you can just click the play button. Other things you can do in this editor are in the top bar, you can add text and image overlays in addition to other audio like songs or even subtitles. And once you are ready to get your project to TikTok, click the red export video button. After a few moments, your project should be done. If you see a small watermark in the corner, you can remove that for free just by signing into your Kapwing account. And then click the download button and download again. To get it to your camera roll, you need to click the right arrow, click the project you just made, and then click the left bottom arrow and scroll up and click save video. So now that video is in your camera roll. You can do whatever you want with it since it now has the TikTok text-to-speech voice on it. If you're uploading it to TikTok, you can add the actual text boxes onto the video so it looks like the text-to-speech voice is just playing because of the text boxes. And then once you are ready, you can then go next and publish your video. This is what my final project looks like.
This is your sign to get the other TikTok voice.
So that method is the best method that I found to get the most accurate TikTok sounding voice onto your videos. But if you don't care about accuracy, if you just want it to be the most simple, easiest process where you can do it all in the same place as editing your video and just immediately have it turn into a text-to-speech, one option that I've heard other people talk about is using the app called CapCut. So this is an editing app that you can find in the App Store. They have an in-app text-to-speech feature as well. It does not sound like the actual TikTok voices, so that's something you'll have to contend with. And if you want the accuracy, then go back and do that other method I just showed, but this is an easy way to do text-to-speech in the app. So go to CapCut, click New Project, then you can choose what video you want. You can add text by clicking the text box in the bottom. So click that, click add text, write your text out. You'll see the text box on the screen. To change that into text to speech, there's an actual button on the bottom that says text to speech, and you can click that. Then choose a voice. So they have American male, American female, and British female. This is the American female one.
Hi, this is Grace.
Doesn't really sound like TikTok, but it's easy to use. This is American male.
Hi, this is Grace.
And then British female.
Hi, this is Grace.
So choose whichever one you want, then click the check mark, and it will generate that text-to-speech for you and immediately be on your track. So if you play it.
Hi, this is Grace.
So you can do that with as many text boxes as you want, just keep adding them and then clicking the text-to-speech feature. And then once you're ready to get your video to TikTok, click the top bar and it will be exported. There's even a share to TikTok button. So those are some options for changing your TikTok voice. I hope it was helpful. If you have another method that you use, please let us know in the comments. I'm really curious to see what people have been doing, how they've been getting around this. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with everything you need to know as a modern creator, and we'll see you in the next video.